episode 594 of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. The 2024 WWE Draft is now in the books, and going to talk all about it tonight. Who went where, who's on Raw, who's on SmackDown, right here, right now. 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Hello, Wrestling Fanatics. Welcome to 360 Wrestling Fanatic. I am Lance Brock. Thank you for tuning in and listening tonight, wherever you are in the world. It was night 2, the final night of the 2024 WWE Draft. Once again, we had the war rooms with the Raw and SmackDown general managers, Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis. Raw was live tonight from Kansas City, Missouri, at the T-Mobile Center. And first, I just want to apologize because I'm not going to exactly go in order. I'm just going to go through all of the draft picks first from tonight. And starting off the first round, we get Stephanie McMahon. For Raw, they draft Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser, which is Imperium, and it's only the two of them because last week Vinci was kicked out of Imperium. And Raw's second pick for this round, Damage Control, and SmackDown gets A Storm is Brewing, Jade Cargill, and KO Kevin Owens. The next round, Raw drafts CM Punk, who is there, and also the returning Braun Strowman. SmackDown gets the Pride, Bobby Lashley, the Street Profits, and B-Fab, and it's Tiffy time, messed that up. The Center of the Universe, Tiffany Stratton. Raw gets the Judgment Day, which Damian Priest already not eligible for the draft anyway, since he is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, but also now Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and JD McDonough staying on Raw with Damian Priest. And Raw also gets Ilya Dragunov, which, I'm sorry, I know a lot of people like Dragunov, but I've talked on the podcasts here before, just not really a big fan. His run on NXT, I just don't see anything in him really. Who knows, maybe he'll impress me on Raw, but probably not. SmackDown gets to feel the glow, Naomi, and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Next round, Raw gets the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, and Lyra Valkyria from NXT, as we get a shot of her at the Performance Center. SmackDown gets Pretty Deadly and Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Raw gets the Final Testament and Big Bronson Reed. SmackDown getting DIY and Blair Davenport. And that's all for the TV portion of Night 2 of the WWE Draft. There will be more supplemental picks on WWE's social media. If any of them take place while I'm recording the podcast right now, I'll make sure to mention them. But as far as the in-ring competition on tonight's Raw, Gunther defeating Xavier Woods. The WWE Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn, who laid out Chad Gable in the back earlier in the night, defeats Big Bronson Reed via disqualification due to interference from Chad Gable, giving him a receipt there. Candice LeRae defeated Maxine Dupree. Liv Morgan defeated Nia Jax. The WWE World Tag Team Champions, The Awesome Truth, The Miz and R-Truth, successfully defended the tag team titles against the Alpha Academy, Otis and Akira Tozawa, in the main event of tonight's Raw. 6-man tag action, main event Jey Uso, Ricochet, and Andrade El Idolo defeating the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and J.D. McDonough, and Dirty Dom, Dominic Mysterio, was in the corner of the Judgment Day, which he had a run-in. I don't think I mentioned this, but also the LWO has been drafted to Raw. Earlier in the night, Dominic had a run-in with his father and the rest of the LWO, as I was saying. And that was tonight's WWE Monday Night Raw. Night 2, the final night, the conclusion of the 2024 draft. And just kind of like SmackDown last Friday night, I really wouldn't say it was a terrible show or anything, but I wouldn't say it was really anything that special. A little underwhelming. Not saying that the draft shows are always these great pro wrestling shows or anything, but I was kind of a little disappointed by this year's draft, and really I don't think things got shook up that much. Yes, some superstars switched brands, but it seemed like most of them, the shows were picking guys that were already on their roster, but still not really that bad of an episode of Raw tonight. And that is about. Don't really have any big news to talk about right now, or at least not that I see anyway. That was this Monday night episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Once again, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. I appreciate everyone who listens or downloads the podcast. Remember, in the comment section, you can leave your thoughts, your opinions, and your ratings on tonight's WWE Monday Night Raw and also the 2024 Draft overall. Are you happy with the picks? Who got drafted to Raw? Who got drafted to SmackDown? Or if you just want to talk anything pro wrestling, you can. Once again, got another pretty big pro wrestling weekend coming up. Friday night, we got SmackDown. Rampage is airing on Wednesday this week, by the way. And also on Friday night, we have TNA Under Siege on TNA Plus. And Saturday afternoon, depending where you are in the world anyway, WWE Backlash France, 1 p.m. Eastern, and then no Collision on Saturday night. So everyone, I will be back tomorrow morning for the Tuesday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Once again, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. And I will talk to you all tomorrow morning for GMWF. Until then, I am Lance and I am a wrestling fanatic.